The other day, you've had a couple of practices too, so how do you think the defense is coming along?
We're coming along. We're not where we want to be, but we've made a lot of strides, and our attitude, our work ethic has been great for the most part, and that we're going to see the fruits of our labor. But we got to continue to do that. But we're not anywhere close to where we need to be.
Defending the run, how far have you progressed so far in this camp?
I think we've progressed. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But again, you know, from the physicality as far as holding your gap, being disciplined to stay in your gap, constricting gaps, right fits, seeing what you're supposed to see, we've made strides, but we're not there yet.
What are the steps you still need to take as a defense?
We need to get better in everything. I mean, the whole shooting match, from process to physicality to execution of it. I mean, we are where we are in camp, and there's going to be some mistakes, and we've got to learn from those mistakes. And then what we've got to be able to do is we've got to be able to fix them, like to be able to take corrections from the video room right to the practice field, and then see those corrections take place and see improvement, and because that leads to confidence,
talked about
which lets people play faster.
Talked about the defensive line and how important that's going to be. How, I guess, good is it to the bunch of those guys that played in college?
Well, there is no substitute for experience in any line of work, I don't think. But certainly to have some guys that have played, you know, a lot of meaningful snaps and been in ball games that have been, you know, very competitive games. You know, and some of you came out on the top end and understand too what it felt like to not quite get it done. So, and learn from all of it, you know, and that's what we've been trying to do.
How tough is it to let guys not get too high after good days, too down after bad days, not only for the older kids, but for the younger kids as well?
It's not tough at all. You tell them the truth. And, you know, as always, there's mistakes, and, you know, there's good things too. So, again, you want to build on the good things and learn from the mistakes and get those corrected and see improvement. And, you know, I like our attitude and how we're working towards doing that.
Ted, a lot of experience in the safety position in particular. How have those guys, has that been reflected in practice so far? How are those guys practicing coming along?
Yeah, it has. They're ahead of where we were last year. But again, still a long way to go, but I've been pleased with them. I think Billy Bowman's had an outstanding camp so far, but still got a lot to do to refine his game, but he's had a great camp so far.
Can you boil down some of the areas that you want to see specific improvements on from that group?
Yeah, as far as playing with more depth and tackling in space. You know, I think we've got some guys out back there that want to, you know, try and knock guys out, and you know, it's so important back there at that position that you get them on the ground so you can play defense again. And as long as we're playing defense, we've got a chance. So just things of that nature, and you know, coverage discipline with our eyes and things like that.
Specifically, Reggie Pearson, what have you noticed from him to this point in camp?
Again, like somebody said before, a guy that's had a lot of experience, albeit at a different school, but a guy that's very prideful in how he works and how he prepares and how he gets ready to come to the practice field. So you know, we're pleased with Reggie, but again, he's got things in his game he needs to work on, and he's doing that.
Much further along is that I guess second-year freshman group, Kip, Kobe, and Jaron.
A good bit. Yeah, a good bit.
What, as far as what they need to do to get onto the field, are you seeing the type of development that you feel comfortable putting them out there in the mix?
Yeah, they're in the mix. Yeah, absolutely, they're in the mix because you know, we had a situation last year where we had guys that played too much, and you know, as a result of that, not as a result of only that, but you know, we lost some close games, and so the difference in that, to be able to play guys and develop depth, and guys, you know, guys that got to earn the right to play out here, and those guys have done that.
Between Deshaun and what he brings to the table, the experience that Justin has, how do you view those two skill sets at the cheetah spot and being able to rotate them in different packages?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna both play. You know, they're both long, they're both athletic, they're both competitive, and you know, they both have their own, you know, strengths and areas to improve on, but they both own the right to play, and we're gonna play both of them.
Coach, I know there were a lot of open spots on this defense coming into camp. Have guys been stepping up, and have you been able to kind of get a mental of who's going to start at a lot of those open spots, or is it still?
No, there's still a lot of competition going on, and we got a long way to go. But the thing is, we do and we don't, because the first game's going to be here before we know it. You can feel the clock ticking faster and faster right now where we are.